This is a small, foldable stove made of titanium. It uses a modular system with 3 swap-in cooking tops, a sear plate, a grill, and a boil support. Folded, it's only about 2 centimeters thick, so it slips into a backpack, or even a big pocket. It comes with a base panel and a fuel plate, and is sturdy enough to hold cookware up to 18 liters. You can burn twigs, dry wood, charcoal, or alcohol blocks. Indoors, it can double as an incense burner. If you need a bigger setup, you can link extra units together to make a longer or multi-zone cooking area. Setup is easy. Drop the base panel into the side slots and then add whichever cooking surface you need. You can swap panels even while the stove is hot. Use the sear panel to cook food directly on the metal, the grill panel for flame-kissed roasting, and the boil panel to hold cups or pots a little higher above the fire. The base panel has a side cutout so you can feed in longer pieces of wood and keep the fire going longer. Titanium was chosen because it's strong, light, and handles heat well. When it gets hot, it naturally changes color. Think gold, violet, and blue, creating patterns that depend on how you use it. These colors don't peel or fade, so over time your stove develops a one-of-a-kind look. Fire Nest is priced at $118. The GenX is a small 3-in-1 gadget. A wireless air pump, wind-resistant butane lighter, and a USB power bank. It runs on batteries, includes a USB-C plug, and comes in a fitted hard case. The case is about 15 by 14 by 3 inches, and the whole kit weighs around 5.7 pounds. There's also a short hose, about 5 inches. The air pump works without being plugged into a wall, so you can inflate things like air mattresses or other inflatables on the go. It looks suited for occasional camping use rather than heavy, everyday jobs. The lighter uses refillable butane and makes a wind-resistant flame. It uses a regular ignition system and runs on pressurized fuel. The power bank part lets you charge devices using the built-in cables. The device is made from plastic and metal with a gray-black look. Its layout keeps things compact and easy to reach. Everything fits in one case, and you don't need extra accessories to use each tool. From quick hacks to big ideas, this gadget flexes to whatever you dream up. So drops your best tips in the comments and help others get inspired. If you'd like one, the price is $65. This is a small water purifier, just over 6 inches long and about 3 inches wide. Is made for cleaning water from streams, lakes, and other natural sources. It uses 5 layers of filtration to remove 99.99% of bacteria, heavy metals, chlorine, and other common contaminants. Inside, the water first passes through an external pre-filter that catches bigger bits like sand and silt. Then it goes through a 0.01 micron ultrafiltration membrane along with PP cotton, KDF, and activated carbon. Together, these layers trap tiny particles and improve taste and odor. The purifier runs on a 2,800 ampere-hour battery. A full charge lasts about 4 hours. You can top it up with a USB-C cable from a power bank, a car outlet, or a solar panel. It moves water at 350 to 700 milliliters per minute, which the maker estimates at roughly 15 gallons per hour. The filter lasts up to 264 gallons before it needs replacing. The housing is food-grade ABS plastic, and the unit weighs about 12 ounces, so it's easy to carry on long trips. Using it is simple. Just press one button and the built-in pump pulls water through. Some versions also let you backwash the filter, which can help it last longer depending on where you're using it. The price is $52. This hiking stick extends up to 43.5 inches. It breaks down into 5 screw-together sections and weighs 2.2 pounds. Assembly is quick thanks to a simple twist lock system. A non-slip rubber tip at the bottom grips wet ground, helping you stay steady. The handle swaps between a T-shape and a straight grip, so you can hold it the way that feels best. Inside the shaft are hidden stainless steel tools, including a fire starter and small survival pieces. They tuck neatly into the sections and come out when you unscrew them. That means the stick isn't for balance. It can also help when you need to start a fire or handle quick trail fixes. It's a handy backup for camping, long walks, or emergencies far from help. The outside is textured, so it stays secure in your hands, even with rain, sweat, or gloves. Each section is made for hard use, and the parts can be swapped if something wears out, or if you want to customize the setup. Simple, sturdy, and practical, this staff supports your balance on dirt paths, city sidewalks, or steep trails. Because the tools ride inside, you can carry less gear without giving up safety. It suits men and women alike and keeps things fuss-free when you're out exploring. One pole with a basic 3 tool set is available for $80. At first glance, it looks like a normal sun hat. The difference is in the brim. Tucked inside are tiny monocrystalline solar cells that turn sunlight into power. They work at about 23 to 24% efficiency and can make roughly 12 watts. In plain terms, the hat puts out up to 6 volts while running and as much as 2 amps of current. The power comes out through 2 ports, USB-A and USB-C, each able to supply up to 5 volts and 2.4 amps, which is enough to top up a phone, earbuds, or similar gadgets. It wears like any other hat. The weight is about 13 ounces, so it feels familiar on the head. You can choose between 2 sizes, medium large for 22 to 22.8 inches, and extra large for 23.2 to 24 inches. A Velcro strap inside lets you tighten or loosen the fit without blocking your view. The build is made for the outdoors. Materials are chosen to resist cracking and abrasion from sand. The fabric has a UPF 50+ rating, which blocks most UV rays to help protect your skin. When you're packing up, the brim folds down flat, about 1/8 the thickness of typical solar panels, so it slips easily into a bag. Charging speed depends a lot on the sun. In bright conditions, expect a 4,000 mAh phone to fill in about 3 to 4 hours. It needs at least moderate sunlight to work well. On cloudy or shaded days, charging slows, and sometimes your device may use power faster than the hat can provide. The price is $116. The AdventureMate V3 is a tough, do-it-all tool built for real outdoor work. It uses a 16-inch fiber composite handle with a steel collar for extra strength. 2 different heads click onto the handle. Snap it shut and everything feels tight, so swinging or digging feels like using a dedicated tool. Most of the action lives in the first head. On one side, you get a full-size axe for chopping firewood. Flip it over, and the flat back works as a hammer for tent stakes and quick repairs. Hidden inside that same head is an 8-inch high-carbon saw blade. It folds out when you need it and can be replaced with a screwdriver. There's also a small 1.5-inch steel hook built in. It's handy for pulling stubborn pegs, lifting hot pots off the fire, or hanging gear around camp. The second head is a shovel designed to bite into packed soil, gravel, or even snow. Turn it 90 degrees, and it becomes an entrenching tool. That makes it useful for digging a quick trench, clearing a path, or helping free a stuck vehicle. Altogether, the kit weighs less than 6 pounds, lighter than carrying separate tools. Everything rides in a waterproof holster about as thick as a laptop bag. It tucks under a truck seat or slips into your gear without hogging space. The locking system has just one moving part, so if it gets jammed with mud, sand, or ice, it's easy to rinse and reset. Prices start at $200. This compact 12-in-1 tool, made from tough titanium, is built to help in many everyday and outdoor jobs. The main blade is hard and sharp, so it cuts smoothly. When you need a different edge, you can swap the blade for a Damascus bayonet or a small machete. These parts have a layered, patterned look and handle heavier cutting easy. The body can also change length, make it longer when you want extra leverage, or shorter when you need tight control. It fits easily in a pack, glove box, or pocket. Switching tools is quick. There's a saw with bite for trimming branches or cutting through plastic and wood. A sturdy crowbar and a wrench help with prying and turning bolts. At the base, a socket lets you add different screwdriver bits so you can build, repair, or take things apart. A small ruler along the side lets you measure on the spot. A window breaker on the handle is there for emergencies. There's even a simple comb for tidying up when you're on the go. Each part has a clear purpose, and the pieces lock together in a way that feels natural. The price is $85. This tool began with simple frustration. Splitting kindling the old way took too long and left a mess everywhere. The kindling collector holds the wood steady while you split it, so it won't slip or tip over. It wraps around the log and grips it with strong springs and a metal handle. When you swing the axe, the wood stays put. No more wobbly balancing or awkward setups. It also catches the little pieces that usually fly off, so you spend less time chasing splinters and less time bending down to gather them. A protective sleeve covers the springs. That sleeve keeps the springs safe from axe hits and helps stop bark and chips from scattering. When you're done, just grab the handle and carry everything inside in one go. Early versions used bungee cords, but they wore out and snapped. Switching to tough springs and secure clips made the whole setup stronger and easier to use. The protective sleeve idea came from butcher gear, and it turned out to be perfect for shielding both the tool and your hands. After the design started working well, it went through more testing and small tweaks with help from a product team. That work got it ready for bigger production runs. Now it's a practical helper for anyone who cuts kindling, whether you're feeding a fireplace, heating a pizza oven, or lighting a backyard fire pit right at home. It helps you get the job done faster, with less mess and less strain. The strap costs $24. This pulley hoist is a tool for lifting heavy things. Think of it as a simple helper that multiplies your strength so you can raise heavy items. It comes with about 65 feet of rope, giving you lots of reach to move a load from a distance. Capable of handling loads reaching 440 pounds, which is plenty for camping gear. If you've ever wished for an extra pair of strong hands, this is basically that, on a rope. The hoist is a bit less than 8 inches long, about 2.5 inches wide, and roughly 11.5 inches tall, with a listed weight near 1.5 pounds. It is made for situations where you need to lift by hand, using the pulley system to spread the weight and make each pull feel lighter. You don't need electricity, batteries, or special tools, just an anchor point to hook it to, and your own pull on the rope. People use hoists like this to hang food or coolers in trees while camping, raise storage bins into garage rafters, or lift small engines for repair. The kit costs $33 and comes with a 20-meter cable, making it easy to just throw in your bag and head out. This folding table gives you a roomy work surface outside. Opened up, It measures 50 inches long and 26 inches wide, so there's space for cooking, gear, or setting out snacks. The height adjusts in 8 steps, from 22 inches to 34 inches, so you can set it low for a camp chair or higher for standing. Fold it down and it becomes a compact 25 by 26 inches, about 3.3 inches thick. It weighs about 23 pounds, yet it can hold up to 200 pounds. What makes it different is the FlexRail system. A steel rail runs around the edge so you can clip on accessories securely. In the box, you get a lantern holder, 4 removable clips, 2 cup holders, and an accessory bag. The tabletop is large enough for chopping food, holding camping equipment, or playing cards and board games. Setup is simple. Oversized pinch-free buttons lock the legs in place, and you can change the height with one hand. And when it's time to go, the table folds in half, stays shut with the lock. You can get one for $140. Instead of metal poles, these tents use inflatable beams. You fill them with a hand pump, they pop into shape, and air tubes keep the frame steady. Many versions include a stove jack so you can run a heater safely, and some can even connect to other tents. Most setups take about 6 to 10 minutes. The Coody 8 suits 2 to 4 campers. It has 2 doors, a stove jack, and a quick 5-minute setup. On the other hand, the Coody 10 fits 2 to 4 people, but gives you more room, about 107 square feet. Its footprint is roughly 141 by 110 by 86 inches, with a ceiling close to 80 inches. It weighs around 70 pounds and adds 4 clear windows, 2 doors, and a chimney opening. Need more space? The Coody 13 spreads out to about 146 square feet and works for 2 to 8 people. Setup is about 8 minutes. This camping kit has 3 parts that work together: a pop-up tent, a thick inflatable floor, and a snug canopy to manage sun and heat. The tent is built from Oxford cloth with a waterproof coating, and it meets fire safety standards and stays strong in winds up to 45 miles per hour. Setup is quick, under 5 minutes, thanks to a hub system that pops the frame into place. You'll get plenty of fresh air and views. There are 8 side windows and 4 mesh panels overhead. 2 sizes are available. The smaller tent fits 2 to 3 people, with headroom just under 6 feet 10 inches. The larger tent fits 4 to 6 people and measures roughly 10 by 9 by 6 feet, giving more room to spread out and move around. The inflatable floor sits under the tent. It's 6 inches thick, carpeted, and made from the same kind of durable material used in inflatable kayaks. It creates a soft, level base, so you don't need extra pads or mattresses. It can even float, letting the whole tent sit on water if needed. On land, it supports about 1,102 pounds. On water, about 551 pounds. You can inflate it with a standard pump, use the electric one to do most of the work, then top it off by hand. The canopy attaches with Velcro and clips for a tight seal. It blocks the sun protection and helps keep warmth inside. When closed, it can raise the interior temperature by around 10 degrees Fahrenheit, which is great on chilly days. The full set costs $840. Hiking and daily movement can be tough on your knees, especially on steep climbs, downhill sections, or when you're carrying a heavy pack. The Dnsys Z1 knee exoskeleton is built to take some of that load off. It weighs just 1.5 pounds, but can deliver up to 900 watts of assist. When you stand, squat, or climb, it can add as much as 44 pounds of upward lift. By spreading the heavy between your thigh and calf, It provides about 50% leg assistance and can reduce up to 77 pounds of strain on your body. That means longer, easier days outside, potentially adding over 15 miles of hiking and 9 vertical miles of climbing. And it also helps with everyday tasks like getting up from a chair or taking the stairs. At its core is the DNA1 motor with 1.2 horsepower, a strong power-to-weight ratio similar to a Formula One car. The gearbox makes your movements more precise, boosting accuracy by 32% and lowering resistance by 26%. A fast control system checks your motion 40,000 times per second, and a dual-core 240 MHz processor with 2 motor controllers reacts right away to how you move. An AI model trained on over 1,500 hours of motion data recognizes your walking patterns and adjusts support in real time for walking, running, or cycling. The Dnsys Z1 starts at $899. This vest can both warm you up and cool you down, something you don't see often in wearable gear. It uses small electric plates and 2 fans to change the temperature. Think of the plates like tiny tiles that get hot on one side and cold on the other when powered. The fans push that hot or cold air through built-in channels inside the vest so your whole torso feels it evenly. It runs on 20,000 mAh power bank, which likely powers both the plates and the fans. The vest has a tactical look focused on movement and usefulness. It has several practical pockets and uses breathable workwear-style materials to keep air flowing while you're active. You can order a standard size or send in your height, chest size, and wait for a custom fit. The project launched on Kickstarter in May 2025 with a small goal, about $5,100, and ended a month later with more than $300,000 raised. Nearly 300 people backed it, which suggests strong interest. Some details are still missing. We don't yet know the exact weight, how long the battery will really last, or how strong the heating, cooling is. The vest costs $89. Staying dry and comfy outdoors starts with good shelter. This one is built for bad weather. It's 88 inches long, 30 inches wide at the shoulders, and 24.5 inches tall. With the poles, it weighs about 5 pounds 4 ounces. Without the poles, the sleep system is 3 pounds 10 ounces, and the poles add 1 pound 10 ounces. The top is made from tough polyester ripstop that blocks water but still lets air through, so you don't wake up damp. The bottom is a thick nylon that handles rough ground. Built-in vents help cut down on condensation while still keeping out rain and snow. You get sturdy mesh screens to stop bugs while letting you breathe and look at the stars. The pole system holds the fabric up and away from your face and keeps the shape steady in wind and storms. This updated model also adds a bit more headroom and better airflow, great for taller people. It's not a sleeping bag, but it does take the edge off the cold, usually by about 7 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. It costs $385. This 24-ounce bottle doubles as a water purifier and a small cooking pot. It's about 10 inches tall, a little over 3 inches wide at the base. The outside is tough titanium. The black version has a special coating to resist scratches and heat. Purifying water is quick and easy. Press down and it cleans a full 24 ounces in about 8 seconds. That's roughly 5 liters per minute. The filter removes almost all viruses, bacteria, and protozoa, including Giardia, E. coli, and norovirus. It also helps clear out microplastics, dirt, pesticides, heavy metals, and bad tastes or smells. The bottle is made for rough use. Even if you drop it from 10 feet while it's full, it's designed to hold up. The filter cartridge lasts for about 350 presses. around 65 gallons, 250 liters. Stored properly, it keeps for up to 10 years. Fold-out handles let you set it on a camp stove or over a fire for boiling or cooking. The cap lets you sip with one hand and vents air while you press to purify. A special valve lets you add electrolyte powders or drink mixes without harming the filter. Add the titanium lid and it works like a small pot for heating or preparing simple meals. The bottle costs $220. Cold night ahead? This sleeping bag is built for it. It keeps you warm even when the temperature drops into the single digits, and the insulation still works if it gets a little damp. The outer fabric is water resistant and thin, so it protects you without making the bag bulky. You can choose from two sizes. Both are 82 inches long. The regular is 30 inches wide with a 58-inch shoulder width. The long is roomier at 40 inches wide with a 78-inch shoulder width. Even with the extra space, it packs down nicely into a carry sack. The regular weighs 4.9 pounds. The long weighs 5.5 pounds. What really sets it apart is how it moves with you. Stretchy panels let the bag hug your body without feeling tight, so if you toss and turn, it keeps the warmth close. The hood wraps around your head and tightens with a draw cord to block cold air. Inside, a soft collar adds extra warmth around your neck and shoulders. You can also shorten the bag with built-in length locks. That way, shorter sleepers don't have extra empty space that can create cold spots. A two-way zipper opens from the top or the bottom, making it easy to vent heat without fully unzipping. The price tag is $170. This tent gives you plenty of room for a small group. It comfortably fits 4 to 6 people and measures about 11 by 6 by 6 feet, yet it weighs only around 4.2 pounds, so it's easy to carry in a pack. The fabric is tough nylon that stands up to rough use. All 4 sides have fine mesh. That means fresh air flows through while mosquitoes and other bugs stay out. The mesh doors roll up when you want more breeze or quick in and out access. Cold weather? There's a built-in stove jack so you can safely run a small wood stove inside. A snow skirt along the bottom helps seal out drafts, and a fire-resistant pad on the floor adds protection from heat. You can pitch the tent between 2 trees or with tarp poles. Most people can set it up in about 10 minutes. Extra tie-out loops above the snow skirt add stability in windy days. Use it on the ground, hang a hammock, or convert it into a simple mesh shelter or a basic tarp, whatever suits the trip. Users like how small it packs and how well it balances space, weight, and real-world function. It costs $160. This pocket-sized gadget keeps mosquitoes away by heating a small pad. It warms up to 356 degrees Fahrenheit and is ready in about 10 minutes. Alongside the heat, it emits 40 kHz ultrasonic waves that help discourage other pests such as rodents, snakes, and crawling bugs. You can select a range of either 11 or 16 feet, depending on the space you want to protect. Power comes from a 12,000 mAh battery, and you can remove to charge. That same battery doubles as a power bank for your phone or headlamp through a USB-C port. It supports fast charging in and out, and it can run while plugged in. An easy-to-read OLED screen shows battery level, remaining time, the mode you're using, and whether ultrasound is on. The unit weighs just over 10 ounces and includes a sturdy clip for your pack or belt. Instead of sprays or cartridges, it uses heat to activate repellent pads. This approach avoids strong smells and sticky residue. Pads aren't included, but the device works with most standard sizes you can buy anywhere. Setup is simple. clip it on, pick a distance, and press start. It spins up quickly, packs easily, and doesn't hog space in your bag. You can get the device for around $80. The OneTigris Honcho Poncho is part blanket, part sleeping bag, and part poncho. It uses 3M Thinsulate insulation, which is thin but very effective at holding in heat. The outside is made of a durable nylon that blocks wind and light rain, while the inside has soft polyester lining that feels comfortable on the skin. Opened up, it's large enough to wrap yourself in completely, but when it's packed, it folds down small into a lightweight bag. At just about 1.5 pounds, it's easy to carry along without weighing you down. It's also machine washable, making cleanup simple after trips. What makes it special is that you can even wear it like a poncho, or button it up into a sleeping bag, a quilt, or even a shawl. The price is $60. Imagine a cooking system that can change into 6 different setups, depending on what you need. It works as a propane grill, charcoal grill, flat top griddle, smoker, stove, or propane fire pit. The propane grill heats fast and holds a steady temperature, great for quick meals. The charcoal grill gives you that classic sear and smoky taste. The flat top griddle offers an even surface for pancakes, eggs, smashed burgers, and veggies. The stove lets you use pots to boil water or cook soups and stews. The smoker is for low and slow cooking when you want tender meat and deep flavor. The design is compact and clever. All the pieces nest and pack down into the lid. That means it uses very little space when stored in a truck bed, a small shed, or a tight outdoor kitchen. Even though it packs small, the frame is solid and built to take hard use. You can toss it in with your camping gear, strap it down for travel, and it won't rattle apart. Swapping between the 6 modes is simple, with clear parts and easy steps. Once set up, it feels stable, safe, and ready to cook. What makes it stand out are how many jobs it can do without needing extra equipment. You can go from a fast propane grill for weeknight dinners to a steady smoker that runs for hours, to a cozy fire pit for evening warmth, using the same system. The whole system is available for $400. Next, OGT Survival Axe packs many tools into one compact piece. It measures 11.5 by 5.5 by 1.2 inches and weighs just 1.7 pounds, so it's easy to carry. The head and tang are made from stainless steel. The handle is glass-filled nylon with a rubber grip. The axe blade is the star. You can sharpen it when needed, and it handles chopping wood, clearing brush, and light demolition. On the back of the head, there's a hammer face, a nail claw, and a small pry bar. These are handy for pounding tent stakes, pulling nails, and prying boards or other stuck parts apart. A 6-inch reciprocating saw blade folds out of the handle. It locks in place for safety and can be replaced when it wears out. Because it's bimetal, it can cut different materials depending on the job. The handle also has built-in hex sockets, so it can double as a quick wrench set when you're in a pinch. At the base of the handle, there's a sharp seatbelt cutter to free a trapped passenger. You also get a gas valve wrench and a bottle opener. Best of all, it's affordable at only $60. Each small tin holds 8 fire starters. They're made to light fast and burn long, so you don't have to deal with your lighter. Most catch in about 3 to 5 seconds, and then keep going for more than 10 minutes. Every piece has just 2 ingredients: recycled coffee and organic beeswax to bind it and fuel the flame. There are no synthetic chemicals, no paraffin, petroleum, kerosene, or plastic, so the starters are natural and biodegradable. The tin keeps them protected at home, in a backpack, or in an emergency kit. Using them is simple. One piece is usually enough to start a fire. The flame takes hold quickly, so you don't need to keep the lighter on it. That steady burn gives you time to add twigs, then kindling, and finally larger logs. The price is $11. This propane fire pit is easy to move. It weighs a little over 11 pounds, so most people can carry it without trouble. When the legs are folded, it's about the size of a small box, 13 by 8 by 6 inches. Flip the legs out and it grows to 14 by 8 by 7 inches, giving it a wider, steadier base. In calm weather, the flame can reach up to 32 inches high. With a standard 20-pound propane tank, you'll get around 8 hours on the highest setting, and longer if you turn it down. Each unit is cut, welded, and assembled in Colorado with careful workmanship. A press brake frame strengthens the body, and the gullwing-style legs fold flat underneath and then swing out quickly when you're ready to use it. Its standout feature is the A-flame burner. It has 160 tiny emitters that create a tall, even flame that doesn't waste fuel and is less likely to blow out. The Flex Dome windscreen helps too. It lifts with the rising heat to shield the flame without hiding it, so you still see the fire clearly and feel the warmth where you're sitting. The price is $374. Stretch out anywhere with this inflatable air floor, built to make the outdoors feel comfortable. It's big enough for 4 people and lays down a steady base that evens out bumpy ground or turns calm water into a chill lounge spot. Fully inflated, it measures about 144 inches long, 132 inches wide, and 6 inches thick, plenty of room to spread out. It uses a tough 4-layer build, similar to inflatable kayaks and paddleboards, so it stays firm under weight. On land, it supports up to 1,764 pounds. On water, it handles up to 882 pounds. Set it up on grass, dirt, or directly on the water. The surface is fully waterproof. Use an external electric pump to dial in the feel you like. Once it hits the target pressure, the pump shuts off automatically. Comfort touches are baked in. There's a removable carpet that feels good underfoot and can be tossed in the wash, and spot cleaning is quick when you just need a touch-up. A carry bag makes packing and moving simpler, and a repair patch is included for small fixes. Beyond the campsite, it floats on calm water and includes a safety rope to keep it from drifting. Great for lakes or pools. It also works with the brand's tents and canopies, giving you a flat, reliable base wherever you go. Staying connected gets tough when your phone shows 1 bar or your battery is nearly empty. This gadget tackles both problems at once. It can boost a phone's signal by up to 100 times and also give you about twice the battery life. It clicks on magnetically with MagSafe, so there are no cables or app setups to mess with. It can even cut the phone's radiation exposure by about 70%. It works with many phones and TT supports major carriers in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. The signal boost comes from a larger external antenna and a special near-field coupling approach that grabs weak signals and makes them stronger. Unlike old-school boosters that need wires and extra boxes, this one just snaps onto the back of your phone and starts helping. Power is handled by a built-in battery pack that doubles your normal runtime. It also charges up to 2.5 times faster than standard charging. You won't need to carry a separate power bank or hunt for outlets as often. Charging and signal boosting happen at the same time, so you get longer life and better reception together. You'll notice the benefit in everyday problem spots: parking garages, elevators, rural roads, basements, and metal buildings. Travelers, commuters, hikers, and people who work in the field can stay connected where phones often fail. The case starts at $89. This inflatable sleeping pad is built for cold nights. With an R value of 5.8, it keeps you warm down to about -4 degrees Fahrenheit. It is 72 inches long and 22.8 inches wide, and you can adjust the thickness from roughly 2.75 to 3.5 inches by how much air you add. It weighs only 1.3 pounds and packs down to about 4 by 7 inches, roughly the size of a water bottle. The outer fabric has a water-resistant coating to shrug off dampness. Inside, a TPU layer feels soft but is tough enough to resist tears. Between the layers, a thin aluminum film reflects your body heat back toward you. The air chambers are separated to spread warmth more evenly and to support your hips, shoulders, and back. You get a pump sack, and the valve has 2 stages. The first stage lets air in, but won't let it sneak back out. When you're ready to leave, opening both stages releases the air quickly, making pack-up fast and easy. The pad has a mummy shape, wider at the shoulders and narrower at the feet. That cuts down on empty space, which helps hold in heat and trims weight at the same time. When deflated, it rolls up small and slips into the included carry bag. It's a smart pick for cold weather camping or backpacking when you want simple gear that doesn't weigh you down, but still lets you sleep warmly and comfortably through the night. The pad sells for $100. The 14-in-1 multi-tool squeezes a lot of useful gear into a small body. It measures 7 by 3.5 by 1 inches, weighs just under a pound. Each tool folds neatly into the handle, and a sturdy sheath clips to your belt so it's always within reach. The compact build makes it easy to carry, whether you're working in the yard or heading out for a trip. You get 14 tools in one: an axe and hammer, a knife blade, a saw, a file, a wire cutter, and pliers with both regular and flat jaws. There's also a fish scaler, a can opener, a bottle opener, a Phillips screwdriver, 2 sizes of slotted screwdrivers, and several wrenches. Everything tucks away safely until you need it, and then locks out solidly, so it feels stable in your hand. It's ready for lots of everyday jobs. The axe and hammer may be smaller than full-sized versions, but they can split small branches or drive tent stakes with no trouble. The knife handles rope, food prep, and carving. The saw helps trim branches or cut small pieces of wood. The pliers grip fasteners firmly, and the wire cutter is handy for repairs and gear tweaks. The openers and screwdrivers make quick work of bottles, cans, and loose screws. Because it folds down small, it doesn't hog space. Slip it into a backpack, glove box, or toolbox, and you'll barely even notice it until it's needed. The belt sheath keeps it accessible while you move around, so you're not digging through bags. If you're ready to join them, the price is $20. The Shore Tent is a full-size inflatable shelter that sets up with no poles. You pump air into the walls and the floor, and the air gives the whole tent its shape. The floor doubles as a built-in mattress, so you don't need a separate pad. It's about 6 inches thick, made with the tough drop stitch material used in paddleboards, and topped with a thin foam layer. Inside, you get an 8 by 8 foot room. That's enough space for 2 or 3 adults. The main body uses strong PVC to hold air, while a separate polyester cover works like a rainfly to shed water. You can add an optional raised deck under the tent. It's built from square tiles that snap together and sit on small piers. Setup takes around 10 to 15 minutes. The deck makes a flat, clean base and lifts the floor off sharp sticks and rocks. This design comes from a floating tent idea, but this version is meant for dry land. Because there's no solid frame, it folds down smaller than many pole-style tents when it's time to pack. For the longest life, use it on flat, clear ground to avoid scuffs or punctures. If you want a different kind of camping setup, this inflatable tent gives you a simple, roomy way to sleep off the ground with weather protection and quick setup, and is priced at $900. Terra Travel Towel is made from 85% polyester and 15% nylon, a mix that balances strength with a soft feel. You can choose between two sizes. The small weighs 74 grams, and the large one measures 50 by 24 inches and weighs 178 grams. Thanks to the fabric blend, this towel dries much faster than cotton. That helps when you need to use it more than once in a day, after a swim, a shower, or getting caught in the rain. Even though it's light, it soaks up water well and then packs down small. Slip the small into a side pocket or toiletry kit. The large rolls up neatly and won't crowd your other gear. A simple but useful touch is the built-in hanging loop. Clip it to a hook, a branch, or a line, and it stays put while it dries. The towel commonly comes in gray. Users often say the small size covers everyday needs for travel and workouts, while the large feels close to a full-body towel. Many also note how quickly it dries between uses, which matters on longer trips or when you're moving every day. The small one costs just $21. This tent lets most people stand upright, with an interior height of 6 feet. The main room measures 102 by 94 inches, giving about 67 square feet of floor space. Open the two awnings, and you get another 108 square feet outside. Great for shade, cooking, or hanging out. It's sized for 2 to 4 people, and weighs about 25 pounds, and packs down to 27 by 9 by 9 inches. The frame uses tough aluminum poles, 16 millimeters for the main supports and 13 millimeters for the ridge, joined by a 3-way hub and swivel joints. A redesigned A-frame shape gives standing room across the width, not only down the middle. It holds firm in wind and resists the sag you sometimes see in dome or tunnel tents. Setup is simple. Pre-attached, color-coded poles show you where each piece goes. One person can pitch it in about 5 minutes. You can use parts of the tent on their own. Both the inner tent and the rainfly are freestanding, so either can go up first or be used separately. The rainfly becomes a quick shelter or shade, and the two awnings open the sides for airflow and a comfy sitting area. Fresh air moves through 4 doors, 5 mesh windows, and extra vent panels. That keeps the interior cooler on hot days. The price is $249. Camper Kit is a set of tools that click onto one magnetic base run by a smart hub. Snap a piece on to use it, pull it off to swap. Switching takes a second. It's modular, so your kit stays small but does many jobs. The jet fan pushes air at 30 meters per second. Great for cooling, clearing dust, or inflating air beds. The air pump moves 180 liters per minute. With 6 nozzles, it fits pillows, storage bags, and more. The arc lighter makes a windproof spark, no flame or fuel. A compact pump has 5 pressure levels and moves up to 47 gallons per hour. It includes a shower head and a filter. Lighting is covered too. The flashlight throws 2,000 lumens to 200 meters with 5 brightness levels and a flood to spot zoom. The lantern offers 3 colors and 5 brightness steps. For soft glow, The ambient light has 4 presets. For safety, the alarm detects motion within 3 meters across 150 degrees. It can blast a 110 decibel siren or emit a high-frequency tone to scare animals. Charging is simple. USB-C at 20 watts fast charges. The camper kit goes for $104. Weighing just 9.2 ounces, this camping stove suits hikers and backpackers who want light gear without giving up dependable cooking. The main pot holds 1.2 liters. Inside the pot, clear ounce and liter marks help you measure. A heat exchanger on the bottom directs the flame, boiling 0.5 liters of water in about 2.5 minutes while using less than 5 grams of fuel. The lid has a drink-through opening and a built-in strainer, both edged with drip-proof rims. That detail makes pouring coffee, tea, or soup cleaner and safer, with fewer spills. A snug neoprene sleeve keeps heat in and shields your hands. 2 soft handle loops attached to the sleeve, giving a steady grip even with cold fingers. Lighting the burner is easy. A push-button igniter sparks with 1 click, so you don't need matches or a lighter. The burner makes a steady flame and sits on a self-centering base that holds the pot in place. The price is $119. This 4-season dome tent is built for rough weather, but still feels roomy. It can sleep up to 6 people. If you add the inner tent, it sleeps 4 and leaves extra space for bags and bulky gear. The outer shell uses ripstop silnylon with silicone on both sides. It shrugs off heavy rain and stands up to sun exposure. High-stress areas are reinforced with Dyneema, which is extremely strong. For anchoring, you get 24 aluminum Y-pegs, storm flaps around the base, and spots to attach up to 10 guy lines for extra security. There are 6 vents, 4 on the roof and 2 large ones on the sides. They cut down on condensation and help make the safe use of a wood stove possible. The tent is 185 centimeters tall, so most people can stand up straight, and the 370 centimeter diameter gives plenty of floor space. Weight depends on fabric. Nylon versions are 7.6 to 8.6 kilograms. Polycotton versions can reach 13.5 kilograms. The inner tent weighs about 1.9 kilograms and creates a cozy, enclosed room. It has 2 large doors with mesh and solid panels. A matching floor clips to the base and has a front zipper flap for a stove setup or to separate wet gear. Setup is fast. The poles attach from the outside, so you can pitch the outer shell first and get instant shelter in bad weather. Inspired by traditional Sami huts, the design is simple, tough, and cabin-like. And it sells for $1,550. This heater puts out 48,000 BTU per hour, spreading steady warmth in every direction, similar to a strong home unit. It's built entirely from metal, so it feels solid and holds up to regular outdoor use. At the center is a vented pedestal that also works as a cooking surface, big enough for larger pans at camp. It runs on propane. Setup is simple thanks to a quick-click connector that snaps on without tools, a 5-foot regulator hose, and a push-button igniter. A safety switch turns the flame off if the unit tips over, so you can use it around kids, pets, and uneven ground. Unlike many heaters, the flame is visible through its prismatic body. The warm glow gives you the mood of a fire pit, but with the clean, low-mess convenience of propane. You get real heat and that campfire feel without hauling wood, dealing with smoke, or worrying about local burn rules. The main burner fits normal pots and pans. The price is $46. This rooftop tent stands out because it's much lighter than most hardshell options. The standard model weighs 76 pounds, so 2 people can lift and mount it without much trouble. It sleeps 2 and measures 82 by 50 by 6 inches when closed. Opened, the interior is 78 by 48 inches with a peak height of 48 inches. The outer shell uses heavy-duty vinyl like a truck bed cover, and the tent fabric is thick that's waterproof. A soft PVC lid with gas struts helps you lift the cover easily. Inside, a 1.5-inch foam mattress sits on an anti-condensation pad to reduce dampness. Storage is built in, 2 exterior pouches for quick grab items, and 2 interior organizers for small gear. Each tent includes a telescoping ladder, mounting hardware with 3.5-inch brackets and 2 rainfly rods. Setup is quick, and packing it back down is just as simple. When open, the fabric and cover block rain and wind. When closed, the low profile keeps it from sticking up high or adding much drag on the roof. The standard suits solo travelers or pairs who pack light. Tall campers may want more length, and the XL provides that extra space along with a bit more width. Both versions are smart picks if you care about keeping vehicle weight low without giving up strength or weather protection. Prices start at $1,000. This small air conditioner is built to cool tight spaces fast, so it can bring a tent, tiny cabin, or similar spot down to about 64 degrees Fahrenheit in around 10 minutes. At its core is a compressor designed to give strong cooling without wasting power. It runs on 24-volt DC at 12.5 amps and has built-in protections to guard against electrical problems. Even when it's working hard, it stays quiet. No louder than 50 decibels, about the sound of a normal conversation. You can choose from 3 cooling modes to balance comfort and power use. The unit is compact and easy to handle and weighs about 22 pounds. An integrated handle makes carrying and setup simple. Everything comes in one piece and is ready for dual hose use, so there's nothing to assemble. You can plug it into standard electricity or pair it with Nitecore's power station for off-grid use. With that power station, you can get up to 5 hours of cooling without an outlet. Great for camping or afternoons in the backyard. The product debuted on Kickstarter in October 2023 and marked Nitecore's move from lighting into cooling. What do you think is it worth the $617 price tag? This off-grid toilet works a bit differently. It keeps liquids and solids separate right from the start, then seals the solids. The solids bin holds about 2 gallons, and the urine bottle holds 1.7 gallons. A small LED tells you when the urine bottle is full, so you don't have to check. Power comes from a 12-volt lithium-ion battery. On a full charge, you can expect roughly 40 flushes. You can run it directly from a van's 12-volt system, or plug it into a wall outlet, and it's fine to leave it plugged in without hurting the battery. Solid side handles make it easy to move. It doesn't require a fan, but you can add vents or carbon filters if you want extra odor control. During use, liquids flow into their own container, while solids drop into a liner. Press a button and the solids are sealed automatically. This setup helps control smells, avoids the need for chemical powders, and uses less plastic overall than many other sealing toilets. The liners come in cartridges that make 40 to 50 seals each. A cartridge costs about $20 to $25, which works out to around 50 cents per flush. You can pick recycled plastic liners or compostable ones. Prices start at $869. This small telescope is easy to carry, less than 11 pounds, and it's built to give you clean, sharp views. It uses a 4-lens design called a quadruplet apochromatic refractor. In simple terms, the lenses are paired to cancel out common problems like colored fringes and soft edges, so stars look crisp all the way to the corners. The system holds its alignment, so you don't have to fiddle with adjustments. Inside, a Sony sensor does great in low light, which is exactly what you need for night skies. A built-in cooling system keeps that sensor at a steady temperature, and autofocus quietly tweaks focus through the night as temperatures change, so your image stays sharp. Using it is easy. Open the tripod, press one button, and let it take over. The telescope links to a mobile app that uses GPS and star recognition to figure out where it is and what you're seeing overhead. From the app, you just pick an object, like a planet, galaxy, or nebula, and the telescope slews to it and locks on. Not sure what to look at? The app suggests targets based on your location and what's happening in the sky that night. When you want a photo, tap a button on your phone to capture detailed images of deep sky sights without extra steps. You don't need any astronomy experience. The telescope handles setup, alignment, tracking, and focusing for you. The software gets regular updates from the engineers, so features improve over time and bugs get fixed. Because it's compact, you can use it in a lot of places, on a camping trip, at a dark sky park, or right in your backyard. The telescope costs $1,000. This razor is built from aerospace-grade titanium and folds flat, about the size of a matchbox. Flip it open and you get a full-size double-edged safety razor. The head has two shaving sides, a closed comb for short stubble and sensitive skin, and an open comb for heavier or multi-day growth. Thanks to the titanium frame, it resists rust and everyday wear while staying slim. The handle is hollow, so it feels balanced in your hand but stays light in your bag. The head folds straight into the body without taking anything apart, and when you open it, the blade locks in at the right angle for a steady, predictable shave. It comes with a precision-machined aluminum case that keeps everything secure. The closure mixes a slot lock with a little magnetic assist, so it snaps shut cleanly and stays put. The case holds the razor plus up to 5 double-edged blades, and it also works as a stand so you can rest the razor between passes. Because the case is slim and closely fitted, it slips easily into a backpack, dop kit, or even a jacket pocket. The set, which includes the razor and one blade, costs $69.